Okay, so it's going to be the Kunkka, or as far as we know, it's going to be the Kunkka mid and the Slark in the safe lane. How does that match up against heroes like the Phoenix and the Medusa?
Against Dusa, Slug is pretty decent. Against Phoenix as well. Against Spirit Breaker, it's kind of meh. He is good in the laning stage because, well, it's a Slug against a tanky melee hero. But in the mid game, it can be kind of rough. Because if the enemy engages on you and Spirit Breaker is on the other side of the map and charges you, they're always gonna have vision, which can be difficult to deal with. And even in the lane, I'm not sure if it's a super great matchup. Because Slug is good against these tanky melee heroes, like Tide, but at the same time, Spirit Breaker does have a lot of damage. So I'm not sure if you can actually trade that efficiently. We'll have to wait and see.
Okay.
Amiga, they now have the Tri-Core most likely. So I think we will see a support as a last pick. But CIS rejects, they still ban the Timber just to be safe.
Yeah. And like you said, I don't really see the Vengeful Spirit being played as a support anymore. Maybe at a stretch, you could see the position 4, but it'd still be an Aghanim Scepter rush. It wouldn't be much of
I
a
think
rush,
so,
but
yeah.
yeah, the Venge still probably want to go towards that Ag Scepter.
10 seconds remaining.
And of course, the Nemiga, they do like to switch around roles with weird heroes like we saw last game.
True,
So
true.
that is probably a reason why CIS Rejects isn't 100% sure about the positions for Nemiga just yet. And I don't blame them. So 30 seconds left for this final ban for the CIS Rejects.
Yeah, they remove the Lash as well on the Nemiga. Do you think, I mean, it's got to be... okay, the Viper comes out as well. Razor, maybe?
Razor is definitely an option. They can put it in the off lane as well, and it's gonna do really well.
I was just thinking, if it's going to be the Kunkka mid up against a Razor...
Oh, you mean for CIS Rejects?
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, could be. I really like it for Nemiga as well, though.
Yeah, true.
It's really sick against Dusa, and CIS Rejects, they don't have a lot of burst damage just yet.
Well, they take out the OD just to make sure. We've seen a couple of ODs, but it's usually being played in the off lane at the minute. And actually, I think it was Lays that we saw on V Gaming, who did qualify as well. Both V as well as Hydra got through those qualifiers on the weekend, which those were the 3 teams that I was expecting: CIS Rejects as well as V and Hydra. And CIS Rejects go back for the puck.
They have a lot of teamfight synergy, but there is going to be a lot of weight on the shoulders of Ramses to actually deal damage. Because the disable is there, the mobility is there, but at the same time, they have like no damage. So they need Ramses to become big.
So, on this puck as well, I mean, do you think it's going to be the Yule Scepter Blink Dagger, or do you think he's going to go more for the Witchblade with the current lineup of CIS Rejects?
I think Witchblade is more likely.
Yeah.
Because you want to make sure that even without the Dusa, you can get some kills. And when you go for the Yule's Blink build, you can't get any kills at all. You can kill creeps, you can kill creep waves, but that's it.
Fair enough. As Nemiga, minute and a half to think about this. Looking at this lineup, just assuming this is the Vengeful Spirit in the off lane, is there a hero you'd like to see? I mean, the Dark Will of the Vengeful Spirit might not be a bad combo, but it's a squishy combo in the off lane. Like, is there any heroes you want to see? Maybe like an Ogre or something like that to step in with the Venge?
I never like seeing ogres, so no. But something like Treant could be quite nice.
Yeah.
Against a slow hero like Dusa, it's really nice, but they go for a DK. See, this is what I mean with Nemiga. You never know what's gonna happen. It's just like, it's mid DK, okay. And then its position for a Willow makes sense, which means it's
That's
a 5 Venge or a 5 Kunkka.
It's got to be a 5 Venge and off lane. Yeah, Vanscore.
Okay, yeah. That's strange.
It's different. It's really different. I'm not I mean, okay. So you get the stun that can set up into the pounce from the Slark, the minus armor that comes through from the Wave of Terror as well, which would be nice for the Slark just to be able to right click in lane. You can stop Roger when he gets any close range charges, I guess.
Yeah, it makes some sense.
10 seconds.
But the problem with Venge Support is just that the range on your spells, it's so low. Like, you have a stun, which is reliable and fun and great, but at the same time, it has like 400 cast range, and good luck getting that close against like a Puck and a Spirit Breaker. So I feel like it's gonna have to be a very defensive Venge, just swapping out people to save. But if you just want to save people, I feel like something like a Shadow Demon is a lot better. But it is a nice mix of minus armor for taking Roche. You have a stun as well for like the early game, so it makes sense. And maybe Vanscore can make it look amazingly strong. And when you get higher levels, and maybe an Adderland swap is one of the best repositioning tools in the game. It just takes a little bit of time, and not every game you get to spend that time to actually get the level ups that you need. But we'll see. It is very cool to see some innovation in the position 5, because we see a lot of the same heroes for position 5. Like, hey guys, it's another Bane. What a joyful occasion.
Yeah, what's that? First pick Weaver support? Oh, I never would have seen that coming.
Uh-huh. To be fair, I think Weaver is a fun hero to watch. He is very active.
Yeah, he just fits the support role at the minute very nicely. The nice stats, a lot of frost coming through from the Germinate as well as the Sakuchi. The the Aghanim Scepter is nice there as well. So, well, as we get ourselves into this second game, Nemiga looking for a fight back and choosing some different heroes to do it. They're even going to go for the smoke. In fact, do they want to go for, because they've got themselves, you don't want to go for the Dragon Tail at level 1 though, do you? You've got the Magic Missile, you've got potentially locked down with the Dark Willow and the Brambles, so they could look for a wraparound and look for the First Blood. This 5-man smoke definitely says that is something that they are considering.
Ramses is next to his tier 1, so he's gonna be fine.
Yeah, even eating himself through the trees just to get a little bit of vision, but the wraparound, it's going longer, it's going deeper. And what is he going to be able to do? Well, who are they going to be able to catch up? Because, I mean, everybody else is on the other side of the tier 1 tower in the mid lane here for the CIS rejects. So it looks like nothing's going to come from the smoke. Everybody's going to be happy, get themselves a couple of runes.
It was very scary, but it's not gonna pay off. It's probably still gonna be a 2-for-2. Just like every single game for the most part.
It's a nice ward as well. Nice ward on the other side of the map. Just gives you vision into, a bit of deeper vision. Can see any rotations coming through. The sentries down there as well. Just in case there was a ward planted earlier on from CIS rejects. But Vanscore starting to make the march up to the top lane. Or maybe not. Maybe he's going to be coming across FNG. FNG's just going to be throwing a little bit of harass onto Vanscore. Vanscore changes his mind. Yeah, just backs himself away.
Yeah, that's not a trade you want to take as a Venge. Bane has better damage, better armor, more efficient damage spells. It's no fun.
Yeah, and you can see Vanscore, like you say, just moves himself out. The TP is going to come from FNG now as well, so it is going to be the position 5 Bane with Ramses. Chosen one in heaven in this offlane. How is this going to play here for Medusa? Because Medusa still doesn't have the longest attack range in the world, right? To try and get away from the cleaves when you need to come up to farm creeps. Like,
I would expect Medusa to be fine for the most part. Like, the range is not huge, but it's plenty.
I mean, I know it's a 600 attack range, but the cleave coming through from the Tidebringer it just goes and it goes and goes and goes, and you don't really get away from that if you're in the angle from the Tidebringer. It's not like a Luna that has to come right up close and pretty much nose to nose with the creep for a last hit. But then the Luna has, I mean, I do suppose you have the snake that you could bounce through. So it's not
for sure.
terrible.
There is a little bit of kill potential as well at early levels. But Dusa should be fine here. I mean, Ramses is a pretty decent player looking at his prior results, so I would expect him to get at least some amount of farm from this lane.
Okay. I mean, Heaven's dropping the brambles. Maybe just to stop the Medusa's retreat. Mid lane as well. Aincrad taking some damage from Depressed Kid. Depressed Kid, well, both heroes in this mid lane already level 3. What's coming out there for Aincrad? Does the Dragon Knight in the mid lane go for top lane? In fact, Roger, he was just going to come through to that. I thought he was trying to dive deep there. But yeah, does the Dragon Knight in the mid lane, does he want to be going towards the Ags? Not the Ags, sorry, the Armlet first?
Nah, not really.
What does what does a Dragon Knight in the mid want to be going towards?
You just want to have a blink.
Yeah. Okay.
Just want to jump in, Dragon Tail people, and then wait for your supports to clean up. Vanscourt!
I don't think I'm about to chase him down. Roger, though. One more
so
right
close.
click. He's
So close!
going to be able to get the kill.
Gets it.
Oh. Even gets the bash off just to rub it in.
17%, ladies and gentlemen. And imagine if just like the stat stealing from Slug and the permanent strength gain and int gain that are in the game, you could also get permanent bash gain. Like bash chance every single time you kill someone with a bash.
Permanent move speed steal.
So many dirty opportunities for Ice Frog.
But yeah, Pasha is going to be playing the off-lane Phoenix, which is it's a bit of a surprise. Not going to be able to Icarus dive himself away from the leash just yet. There's going to be the magic missile flying through, but he was able to last second get that Icarus dive comes through. The Fiery Spirit's being used now as well, and the salve from the Phoenix. So Roger, it's going to be a decent amount of protection up against Vanscourt as well as Kiritich in this lane. Pasha as well, once he hits that level 6, you know, there's going to be the lockdown, Roger being able to use the Nether Strike, the bashes, the charges, just to keep away. Is there enough protection here for the Supernova, though, on the side of CIS rejects?
Not at the start, I would say. They have some insane synergy, eventually, with the Dusa ulti, as well as the Supernova. But at the start, when it's just like 5 hits to kill, it's gonna absolutely melt. Actually, it's 6 hits. Still gonna melt, though.
Yeah. And then, like I said, there's no Mars Arena, nothing like that can, no Faces Forwards Chronospheres that can come out at level 6. And I suppose the Medusa doesn't really want to be too involved, you know, because we've seen it so far. The Icarus Dive is going to come through onto Kiritich, so he's going to be taking some damage. Fiery Soul going to be refreshed there as well, despite Fiery Spirit. Yeah, because the Medusas just want to be moving into the jungle, right? Get that 20 minutes worth of farm uninterrupted up, and come back into this game like the old anti-mage comic that we always see. I'm done farming. It's, you know, I'm gonna come out and try and right-click heroes down to death.
And the nice thing about Dusa as opposed to anti-mage is that when Dusa is done farming, some of the barracks will still be standing.
Yeah, it's not an overly long commitment there from the Medusa. It can still come out. Well, the charge can come through onto Vanscourt now as well. Icarus dive forward, the Fiery Spirits as well. Vanscourt, one more bash. Roger, though, changes target, so Vanscourt might still be able to get himself alive. Right clicks down as well. Magic Missile comes out. They're going to be able to turn that onto Pasha, but Roger, does he have that charge? 5 seconds. He's going to really low himself. He doesn't really have any regen apart from the stick. So Kiritich gets that pounce off there. It's going to be... I thought he might have got a bash off because Slark was looking pretty low after that Dark Pact there as well.
Yeah, he got a bash and he had a charge ready, but the cast time was just slightly too long. That was almost a kill, going in favor of CIS rejects there. Yeah, so of course bashes always arrive when they need to.
The Icarus dive comes in. Kiritich, you're not level 6 just yet. Yeah, Pasha with the TP and gets that kill off.
That's
a mistake.
A bit sloppy.
Yeah, just a little mistake.
Just a trip back to base for free, right?
Yeah.
You get a TP scroll, that's nice.
You don't have to waste your money on regen. Vanscourt doesn't have any salves or anything, so it's, yeah, okay. That's fine. Vanscourt's looking pretty sickly himself. Level 4 comes out. Pasha, no Icarus dive for 7 seconds, but probably doesn't want to go behind the tier 1 mid lane though. There's going to be the charge onto the Dragon Knight. Aincrad, level 6, has that dragon form up. Only level 5. Oh, he gets level 6 now, okay. On the puck, so he is going to be able to, if he wants to, go towards the... No, he's not, because he's got 3 points into the orb, 3 points... only 2 points into the Waning Rift, so he's just holding that point.
Aincrad is untouchable right now. He has 2 bracers and he has level 3 Dragon Blood. Yeah. So, yeah, no one can really stop him. You just need to kill the waves.
Is that it? Just push it out that way? I suppose Aincrad, he's going to be coming up onto the tier 1 tower as well, doing a little bit of damage. So is this just... ignore the Dragon Knight in the room. And but
Yep.
what did they do late game? Because he's still gonna get tankier and tankier. What's the
Ooh,
play with
Ramses.
bottom lane though? Ramses, it's gonna be chased down, get himself away from this. Curse Crown comes out. There's gonna be the Shadow Realm damage now as well. Has no mana left, so that mana shield, one more right click, and Heaven does get the kill.
Nice kill. Late game, it's not going to be as much of a problem because Phoenix is very, very good against Dragon Knight.
Yeah.
Because he has a lot of magic damage as well as percentage damage, which is really sick.
Yeah.
But at this stage of the game, it's not really worth it to try anything on a DK with 1300 HP and 21 armor.
Okay. I mean, yeah, like you're talking about the HP removal as well, because he's already got the urn up, and probably gonna be the full Spirit Vessel here for Pasha. Charge. They do see Vansko. Vansko's going to try and do a little bit of de-warding, but he does get the ward, but might pay with his life as the orb comes through from Depressed now as well. So Depressed, one more right click. Pasha picks it up with the Icarus dive as well as those
Under attack.
just the damage coming through from Pasha.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Second Dragon Form popped on mid. That tends to be the one that actually takes down the tier 1. Depressed Kid can't really sit in mid that well anymore.
Well,
Ooh.
there's
They
going
actually want to go here.
Yeah, the charge comes through. It's only level 4 onto Roger, so there's not going to be another strike to come through here now as well. But the Supernova does get used. Aincrad's going to be able to get himself to the other side of the river and back safe out of range of the exploding sun.
Double damage.
It's a bit of a questionable attempt. Like,
Yeah.
are they not listening to me? I told them it's
mean-
not worth it to try and kill the DK at this point. Come on, guys.
Dire are
We've already said you need to get yourself a direct line into. Just sit in both of the team's chat rooms and just give them advice. But
I am available for coaching, guys. Try to check out my Twitter.
as Aincrad, well, yeah, like you say, this Dragon Form it will be wearing off, but he does get that tier 1 tower in the mid lane before it does go down. Rotation in from Vansko now as well. Depresky doesn't have the mana. Well, he has the bottle, so he should be able to mana himself up. He's going to be charging on the bottom lane though, so
Ramses.
Depresky. Yeah, I mean, Ramses has been left alone here as well. FNG keeps moving out of the lane, maybe looking to... Is there stacks? There's not even... Okay, there's one. There's a stack. But yeah, Ramsey's not having the best of times in this lane as well.
He's getting good farm. He's just being pressured really hard. He's still like 500 net worth ahead of Kiritich.
So
He has all the creeps that he could possibly want.
it's going to be the Dragonlance coming out. And like we spoke within the D2CL about these carries not really opting towards the BKB with the Dark Willow as well as the band score on the Vengeful Spirit and Aincrad with his Dragon. Oh, it's going to be stun. We'll talk about that in a second. As the right click comes through. Magic Missile though. Medusa is going to be able to get off. He just pops the mana shield once again. They get the kill onto Vansko now at least. Aincrad. Bashes come out. Do they have the damage to take him down? There's going to be the TP rotation in. FNG's close though. Do they have... It's only level 4 so there's not going to be a Phoenix Rip available. The Curse Crown will be used but Aincrad Nightmare comes out so Ramses can catch up. No mana for the Snake though. Charge from Roger. Roger's going to get pretty low and it looks like Depressed gets the kill anyway. Now backline. So you want to try and dive in onto this. Chosen One's committed. The right click from the Shadow Realm comes out. Heaven's going to try and get himself away from this. Bow gets thrown through onto FNG. FNG gets pretty low. Chosen One gets him with the cleave damage as well as that Tirebringer now. Just turns his targets onto Depressed and Depressed has to walk himself away. There's going to be a wave of terror now from Vansko. Vansko, level 2 on that. Depressed tries to get himself out. And no X marks the spot. Still on cooldown for the next 3 seconds. Didn't have mana for it anyway. So Depressed will be able to get himself out. But good fight. I mean, there was a good couple of kills in. They got 3 of them themselves, CIS Rejects. They only lost 2 supports. So, good fight there for CIS Rejects. It might not be done yet, though. The X-Marks spot comes out to Ramses. Ramses back into the torrent. Dragbacks was going to be the follow-up. The Brambles do get used now as well. Vansko's going to rotate in. Wave of Terror once again, but there is going to be the rotation from Pasha. Pasha doesn't want to pop that Supernova just yet, as it looks like the Press Kid. Does he have that Dream Call available? Does have it in 5 seconds. As Chosen One trying to move himself out of this fight. Salve comes through. Now Chosen One gets himself back up to full health. No, near enough. Turns it around. The Dream Call comes out. It only really catches onto the 2 heroes, so not onto the Dragon Knight now as well. Depressed Kid. Can they carry on going onto this Supernova? But again, doesn't affect anybody. Magic Missile. There's going to be 4 heroes down here, and Roger just has to back himself away.
I love how no one in these fights has damage. They're just hitting each other, walking around, but nothing is really happening.
Yeah, I mean, we're only 11 minutes in, so
Radiant's
yeah.
bottom tower is
True.
under attack.
But even the supports, like Roger has 1200 HP and he hits for like 90 damage.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 3 points into the bashes, so it's extra movement speed as damage.
Radiant structures
It's just too bad he can't get those bashes off, it seems like.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Level 6 now as
Needs-
well, so he will have the Nether Strike.
That is definitely gonna help. I wonder if he goes for the Shadow Blade as well. I love seeing it on the support Spirit Breakers.
It is the build at the minute. I think T-Governor was talking about it on one of the streams that you used to see the Spirit Breakers that go for the Echo Saber. No matter what role they play, they go for the Echo Saber. It'd be a slow build-up. They try and go for these kind of items, and now you just see a straight...
Ramses?
I think that's to do the damage, though. Yes, they are.
1 and 3 right now on this Dusa.
It's not looking good for him. He's got the Asher queued up, but again, I was asking the question before that team fight broke out. Do you think the Medusa has to go for that early BKB here in this game?
I don't think so. She just wants to keep farming as fast as she can.
Yeah.
I feel like BKB is an item you get third or fourth, maybe. Because you, like I said, she is the win condition for CIS rejects.
Yeah.
If she doesn't have a good game, there is no way this Radiant team does anything in the mid game. So you cannot afford to not be greedy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see how Ramses progresses on that. There is going to be some stacks as well. Oh, the Ancient Black Drake didn't get pulled there. So this one won't actually stack. I don't know why it didn't get pulled as well, because the rest of the creeps were going.
It's
But
some nice Italian pasta, or spaghetti code, as they like to say.
yeah, so just a double stack here for Ramses. Roger is going to be able to get some gold from that. And, well, smoke comes through from Hinkrad as well as Heaven, looking towards the Pasha in the mid lane. Are they going to be able to get it as well? The ward does go down, so they're going to get the vision onto the Phoenix.
This is the blink reveal. They want to do something with this. Doesn't look like it.
Conquer even got himself the medallion as well. Charge onto the top lane though. They're going to be able to find out the eventual Spirit Venge. Getting really low. One more right click from Roger.
Ooh,
Magic Missile.
Stuns a creep.
Yeah, okay, so Depresskit does get the kill. Terrorize comes out now as well onto the puck with the Bedlam. That's going to be a return kill. In fact, with the Cursed Crown, they might even be able to take down both supports here. It's going to be the kill onto the Spirit Breaker. FNG looking to run away. And no catch, it looks like. So Bane should be able to get himself out. As Aincrad who says it's not really worth it. The Blink Dagger's still on cooldown. No mana for the Dragon Tail though. They could have used the one charges. Super.
Oh, Chosen One. So cool. So calm. Very well done.
Was
Just
he so collected as well? Now
Yeah.
FNG gets caught out. The Cursed Crown into the X marks the spot. The Bedlam, the damage coming through onto FNG and Kiritic, who can get himself in for a cheeky right click.
this reminds me so much of game 1.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But the charge
Ooh,
comes in, Magic
good
Missile now
charge.
as well. Roger tried to go for the Nether Strike. He is going to be able to get it off, so they do get the kill into Heaven now at least. But with the Dream Call, Depressed Kid not going to be able to follow up on it. And
That's
just-
6 permanent agility for Kiritic already. And
so-
he almost has his diffusal as well. This is very scary. All 3 cores for Nemiga doing really well.
And, I mean, Kiritic, once that diffusel's up, he's going to be going towards, it looks like a Shadow Blade into the Skadi now as well.
Radiant's top tower is under
And yeah, like you say, there's 6 permanent Agi, so that's like an extra 600 net worth as well, depending on which item you look at. And they are starting to take control, 8 to 12 and a 5k net worth lead. Like you say, it's looking quite like game 1 at the minute. But CIS rejects, do they have that in them to really commit to a game 1 replay and force it out to a 70-minute win? Hopefully not that long, but you know.
I mean, it would be very nice because last game was pretty darn good.
True. But if they can compact all that action into about 40 minutes, it was still a really
Be
nice
nice.
match to watch. But so yeah, I wouldn't be mad if we get, as long as it sticks to the same quality, if we get another 70-minute match. If the Dragon Tail comes out,
Ooh.
and Aincrad, as well as Heaven, find themselves a Nightmare in the Bane.
And this is where DK is so scary. With that blink, instant stun, it's just an insane amount of damage.
Yeah.
Especially with the Willow.
Radiant's top tower
Look at this
is
as well.
under
Ramses has to retreat back behind this tier 3 once again. Roger going to try and go with another strike onto Kiritic. Do they have the damage to take him down? X marks the spot, comes out, and Roger goes back in the box.
That's 7 permanent Agi.
Who needs to farm creeps when you can just farm heroes?
And Depressed Kid, what does he have? Looks like he just has a Witchblade and BOTs now. Okay, that's not too bad.
Dire's bottom
That's
tower
not
is
bad,
under
but
attack.
Aincrad's moving around. He's got Heaven to back him up. There's going to be the Dragon Tail comes up. Okay, phase shift. But Presky, can he get himself out of this? Because there's going to be the rotation coming
He's
through
in
the Terra
trouble.
as well. Yeah, Curse Crown will proc the Bedlam, doing so much damage. And it's going to be the lockdown for Depressed Kid. So 17 minutes in, 8 to 15. And the fight's not over just yet. It's going to be in a different place, but it's not over. FNG getting really down low. Kiritich, does he have the leap now? He does have it in 1 second. FNG in the trees, but Kiritich might carry on going. FNG super, super low. Chosen One does see him. Does he want to go for the X marks the spot? Does come through. Didn't want to save the kill for the carry, though. Maybe some extra agi to come through for Kiritich. Just claims it. Mid lane. Magic Missile stops the charge from Roger. Are the swap back even going to be used there as well? Where's that follow-up? It's going to be coming through from Heaven. Heaven is pretty close. Goes Crown into the Brambles. Brambles into the... he doesn't. They're not even going to bother because they're going to find out Ramses with a boat once again. Stonegaze has been used, but Ramses' Curse Crown's going to be there. Where's that follow-up to come through? Looks like Kiritich got pretty down low. The charge coming through once again onto the Kunkka. But Roger, even with this double damage rune, can't really have that much impact here.
But CIS rejects, they just don't have damage.
Yeah, like you say, they were relying on this Medusa, and Medusa's just having, well, 10 bells kicked out of her. Every time she shows on the map, there's a rotation in, she gets caught out, and at most is forced back to Fountain, at worst is being killed off, and that's really impacting the farming time here for the Medusa.
When Puck?
Do they have the damage to take him down? Phase shift comes
I think
out,
so.
but Kiritich, more permanent agi.
Oh goodness. It's all falling apart for the rejects here. 7k gold lead now. Every single respective core and Nemiga being quite a bit ahead of their opponent.
Yeah, all
Oof.
three cores. I mean, look at Kunkka. Chosen One was in the off lane. He's nearly at 10k. He's going to be the first to break this, it looks like.
And even the DK just farming really well. It's so nice as well that he got a kill with his ulti and can instantly transition into taking an ancient stack. That is the DK dream.
He's even gone for the Helm's Halberd after that Blink Dagger. So going to be able to shut down the Medusa for, what's that, 5 seconds?
It's such an efficient item as well to get on a DK. Because it amplifies your regen as well. It gives you status resistance. Gives you HP, evasion. It's like everything you could ever possibly want.
Everything a growing DK needs to be able to go on a massive rampage here. Kiritich, well, the press kid's in the tree, soars out the win and rift just to get through that little tree gap. Doesn't have the TP for 5 seconds, so does need to be really careful. But Kiritich just going to carry on pushing out this bottom lane. And I mean, Aincrad doesn't have the Dragon Form for the next 15 seconds, but what does CIS Rejects do to stop the pressure coming through from the side of Nemiga?
Pray.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
They can't really try to make moves because their supports don't really kill heroes. Like, these kind of engagements are really unfavorable for CIS Reject. They need to avoid them at all costs.
Supernova is going to come out now as well. The Fiend's Grip is down with that Stone Gaze. They might be able to get off a really decent Supernova now, as it looks like Dragon Knight might be getting low. Chosen One as well. There's going to be the Nether Strike back onto Aincrad with a full Spirit Vessel, but he's going to be swapped away. Do they have the follow-up? And it looks like Aincrad might be able to fly himself away from this. He's going to get low, but not completely dead. Do they want to carry on chasing? He's going to be charging. No, he does still go down. Pasha picks up the kill.
Right, not too bad.
And Vansko now looking for the run. Does have that magic missile if he wants to turn it round. Wave of Terror comes through. The snake is going to bounce through as well. Chosen One, Kiritich even be affected from this. Chosen One, well, the pounce comes through, but the press kid, does he move himself away? Nightmare up. But, well, the Shadow Dance, Kiritich might be able to get himself out. Might be able to get himself out of trouble. Yeah, you probably don't want to charge past 4 heroes, even as a Spirit Breaker with the rest of the team around. So it looks like CIS Rejects. They get the kill onto Aincrad, drive for the kill onto Vansko now as well. They're just going to call it. They're just going to say, we'll play safe. As the Medusa does have the Manta style out now as well as the Dragonlance. Going towards what looks like the Skadi.
You can see some signs of life there for the CIS Rejects. Because of course, when they use all the ultis in unison, when they have the egg on top of the Dream Coil, on top of the Stone Gaze, They do have a lot of team fight potential, and even the DK dies eventually to things like the Sunray.
Yeah.
Especially now with the shard on Pasha as well.
Well, the charge is going to come through onto Vanscore, the Supernova. Sorry, the Sunray, like you're saying, just going to be used up on Vanscore. Well, he uses the swap, but the Spirit Vessel should still take him down. He's going to get low. Is it going to be enough?
So close.
Pasha, at range, picks up another kill. There is going to be a rotation through from Aincrad with the Blink, as well as the Dark Willow. They're going to be able to get... Yeah, Dragon Tail comes through. The Spirit Breaker, though, is going to be able to get himself away. The Bedlam, Aincrad with Breathe Fire, too much damage. The Spirit Breaker goes down. Pasha does have a TP. Terrorize. Well, he has to dodge that off first. So Pasha in the trees. He's going to be able to get himself away from this, it looks like. Yeah, we'll be fine. And the Courier not going to be able to scout him out.
And Ramses has caught up pretty well. Now slightly ahead of the Slark.
Quicksilver Amulet's pretty... Okay, he's going to send that back. That's pretty nice. But what's he got himself? Is that his Courier? It's just going to be one more ultimate up. A little bit of extra stats, a little bit of extra damage to come through from him, but he's not kept a neutral item just yet. So what have they got in terms of neutrals? Brigand's Blade. Do they... What's he picked up?
Nightmare coming out on
Yeah.
Kiritich, but they are gonna catch FNG here. Should be a quick and easy kill.
Yeah, they do get it. As it looks like Depressed Kid, he's going to be stun locked now as well. The Dragon Tail came out and he was already phase shifted away. So Supernova has been used. Will pop actually in Slark. Well, he's going to be able to survive through this. It looks like, yeah, the Dark Pack comes out. Kiritich will be able to back himself up and regen through that Shadow Dance passive. Stone Gaze is still available if you want to go again. No Supernova for the next 100 seconds or so.
I can now, with confidence, say that Kiritich is objectively a good player. You know how I can see that?
Go on.
Oh. I'll explain after this action.
Okay. Stone Gaze is going to be used from Medusa, so he knew there was no way out of this Torrent boat and everything that Chosen One was going to throw. The charge comes through onto Vansco now as well. Well, it's that Nether Strike. It's going to be Curse Crown, so he's not going to be able to get that one off there as well. With the Terrorize, the Bedlam doing a lot of damage. The swap comes back for Vansco. Going to be into the right clicks of the Medusa, the Dream Call now as well, so they're going to be able to get the kill onto Aincrad. Chase is on. Terrorize will eventually come out. Roger just has to move himself back. And Depressed Kid that wants to carry on going here. Backlines. They're going to be able to find the two heroes. But do they want to carry on? X marks the spot. Depressed Kid just able to blink out. Curse Crown will still proc Wayne and Rift though. Do they have the damage? Anything to stop this TP out from the Dark Willow? They don't. But Kiritich charged up. The Shadow Dance is available now as well. Do they have the damage? This could be a blink in. Dark Pack comes out. Do they want to dive onto tier 2s? Roger, he's just going to call it short. Good luck towards that tier 1 tower.
Yeah, Venge respawning in a few seconds as well. Speaking about Venge, she almost has the Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a late one compared to what you would be in the off lane, but that's still a really nice item.
Yeah, for sure. I wasn't expecting to see this that quickly. So it is a position 5 Venge. Normally, position 5s at 25 minutes have boots.
Okay, I'm going to take a guess on how you think Kiritich is a good player.
Yes, objectively a good player.
Objectively a good player. Is it
Yes.
the BKB in his quick buy?
No, that's not even it. Although that does definitely help. The reason why I say this is because he doesn't just thread switch. He Vambrace switches as well at the same time.
That's some big brain stuff though.
And that's like not double efficiency, it's like triple efficiency. It's insane.
Okay,
If you can Vambrace plus thread switch while in a fight, then you're objectively a good player in my eyes.
So, do you reckon he has the dance mat out for his items, just to make sure he can hit them all at once?
I think so, yeah. He has like some pedals beneath his desk. Rock band drum kit.
Yeah, he's playing on the guitar, just for the extra, like say for the items, just the mouse and the guitar.
I can say as an ex-professional player, this is exactly what we did.
Good to know. Good to know. We're getting into all the secrets here on the cast.
The more you know.
As Ramses, it's going to be the Skadi for the Medusa, but I mean, Slark, right, okay, so Slark talking about this, he's got himself 9 permanent agi stolen. And like I say, if you're looking at an item specifically, if you look at the Blade of Lacti, that's effectively 900 extra net worth on the Slark just for having that permanent agi. Do you, I mean, he's got the BKB queued up, he's going to be going into the Skadi next. Do you look to fight once the BKB's up, or does Kiritich want to go back to farming to try and catch up with the Medusa in terms of the net worth?
Nah, I think they just keep fighting for Nemiga.
Yeah.
If you go into a really farm-heavy game, you're playing into the strength of CIS rejects, because what they want to do is just farm and then take big fights with all of their ultis up. Nemiga, they want to keep finding pickoffs, they want to keep skirmishing, they want to keep map control with the Slug passive and slowly choke CIS rejects to death and make sure that they never get that big 5-on-5 engagement that they're looking for.
Aincrad going back towards his own BKB there as well. That's pretty nice for him. What's Pasha gone for? I mean, Pasha, this is looking more like a... I'm not flaming, because, you know, obviously he's done quite well in this match, but this build currently looks like a very support Phoenix build. You know, this is what you usually see on like a position 4 Phoenix. He's going to go back for the Shivas. I suppose
My goodness, Rob, what do you see on Core Phoenix then?
I don't want to talk about it. Again, we're talking about 2K pubs here, so I see things that you wouldn't believe.
Right. Because to me, this looks like a pretty good Core Phoenix build. You have the Spirit Vessel against the DK, and then you have the Shard within your egg for the beam, and then you get a Shiva. This is like exactly what you want. And then eventually you can get an Aghanims as well, which really helps with sieging.
Yeah.
Because your Dusa can just sit in front of the tower, and when she almost dies, you put her in the egg and she comes back with full HP.
Okay. Bottom lane, this is... okay, Puck blinks behind, looking to get some wave clear off. He needs to be really careful because there's a kill squad out for him. It's smoked up, but... Yeah, okay. Aincrad. The blink was just... I mean, the Dragon Tail was just a little bit too late. I mean, the TP was going anyway, so it was more that the Puck with a good game sense, good timing on that. They might be able to find out Kiritich now as well. Dark Pact will be used. The TP is going to be coming through now as well. So Bane is going to be leashed. FNG doesn't have a 4-staff. Just looking for the TP out. Do they have the vision for the reveal? The Torrent's going to come through now as well. Bane won't be able to get himself out of that. Yeah, the damage from Kiritich was enough to get the kill. Another point into the permanent RG.
Feels good, man. Roger sitting awfully close, instantly gets swapped, nicely done by Vanskoy. And now Venge is starting to become really strong, because swap is both great initiation as well as a save. Because if you swap someone in and you trade kills 1-for-1, that's definitely in the favor of you, because you just come back.
Yeah. And this is going to be really quick for the heroes that I say the heroes that they have. They have Venge Spray with the minus armor. Chosen One has the full soul crest. He's going towards... Is that a Shivas for his? It is. So yeah, it's going to be a really nice quick Roshan for them. Slark, we're still walking towards the BKB if he wants that. It looks like he does. Ramses though is starting to get ahead in terms of net worth. That Skadi is up. Gonna go back towards the MKB.
Yeah, she just wants some damage now. She can choose between Deadless and MKB, and she sees the 2 halberds.
True. That is... does the Medusa then want to go back for the Daedalus after the MKB?
Potentially. But I don't think so. Not immediately, at least.
Presskid caught out and killed off once again. Usually, I mean, Puck is 5, 6, and 5. Usually... Oh, okay, again, I don't want to flame, but when you see the pro games, Puck's usually the one that dies the least, and Presskid, maybe it's because he's just trying to catch up, push out where he can, but he just keeps getting caught out in the most aggressive of positions, like on the other side of the map.
It is a very difficult Puck game. Usually Pucks can kind of anticipate when the enemy are coming, but DK has a blink and 0 cast points done. And that is so difficult to play against, especially because he knows that this game he is the only mobile hero on his team. So he needs to keep pushing waves. If he doesn't make plays like this, then his Dusa has no place to farm.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look pretty, but it's exactly what it needs to do. Of course, not the dying part, that's just a consequence. But this playstyle is exactly what he needs to do.
Okay, well, Kiritic in the mid lane. Looking to put pressure on. Ramses is stepping up. Puck will be able to come back live. That's just going to be the illusions. Meanwhile, the back line. Roger trying to creep skip here with the charge onto the range creep. Yeah, and the illusions just doing the rest of the work. So they might finally be able to take down this tier 1 tower in the mid lane. Nope, fortification gets used in these illusions. Probably, yeah, they will pop before doing any major damage. But meanwhile, bottom lane. Tier 2 tower will go down. Inkrad takes that. BKB's up for him. Do you think he goes back? Is this going to be the rare Aghanim Scepter game for the Dragon Knight?
Ideally you want to get it from Roche, because
Yeah.
it is a very nice upgrade, but DK farms really slowly. So he wants to spend his gold efficiently.
Dire's top tower is
Okay,
under
well,
So I would expect him to buy something else, like an AC,
attack.
and then get the axe from Roche, hopefully at some point.
would you not? I suppose the Slark probably wants the Ag Shard, but not really the Scepter. The Scepter's nice, but that Ag Shard's really nice on the Slark. So yeah, I could see them giving it over to Inkrad if the game goes long enough to get that Ag Scepter blessing out from Roche. As Poke
There
once
was a
again-
time when Aghanim's second item was the way to go on Slug.
I remember
You
that.
would buy Diffusal into Aghanim's.
Yeah, for the
The
extra
Aghanim's
long
is really good.
pounce.
And 2 charges as well is huge, because you generally want to use it to get in and get out. But when you only have one of them, you kind of have to choose, which is not ideal.
So, Slark, it is still going to be the Skadi. He does have that BKB now. And it is going to be the Skadi to come out for him. What's he got himself there? Quick Healing Charm and a Mindbreaker. Mindbreaker's still pretty nice. The attack speed and the magic damage. As well as the silence as well. The silence can't be... I know it's not a long silence, but can't underrate that either. Roger going to go towards his own axe. Have they found the Conqueror out? There's going to be the charge coming through onto Chosen One. Chosen One, it will connect. Where's the rest of the team to follow up? As it looks like the Witch's Blade comes through. Conqueror going to be silenced, but... do they have a fight to break out? Because it's going to be the rotation from Kiritic on the back lines. He tries to go for the pound. The Fusion Blade comes out onto FNG. FNG, do they have the lockdown here for Kiritic? Kiritic, the charge comes through, but no non-destructive follow-up. Supernova. Some of the amount of the BKBs are going to be there as well. The swap comes out to try and keep Chosen One alive. And it looks like, well, now Ramsey, he steps up with the right clicks. Chosen One gets pretty darn low. No armor to toggle through this time as Vansko tries to run himself away. So they might be able to turn this one around. Get themselves 3. Let's call it 3.5 with the Spirit.
Very nice timing on the MKB for Ramses. And we can just see how much work this Phoenix is doing in fights. Just pops the egg and the Sunray and boom, 3k damage in a fight. And as we spoke about before, Nemiga, they don't have the big egg hitters. Because even a Slug with his BKB on in Shadow Dance can't really kill the egg that easily. Because there is of course the Medusa ulti and just the Spirit Breaker charging past him. It's starting to look better and better for the rejects.
Yeah.
Like every single minute that passes is a good minute for them.
Dire's middle tower is
Because
under
yeah, of course Nemiga has a really strong tricore. When I look at DK Kunkka Slug, I would usually say that the longer the game goes, the stronger they're gonna be. But just because of this Phoenix, it's so hard to play these tanky strength cores.
How's the Shivas up now as well? I'm going towards the refresher as well as the on this. Do you get the refresher up first
On who?
on the Phoenix?
Yeah, I think so. Because this game he's not really gonna be bursted down.
Yeah,
Because there is a Bane as well, who can always go for the Nightmare.
true. Yeah, the Bane does have a lot of control. Just hanging around FNG with that Shadow Amulet once again. Well, the TP away, so Kiritic isn't going to be able to find anything in these trees. And where's Roger going with that charge? Ah, okay, he's just going to cancel it.
No Shadow Blade on Roger. That is sad.
Dire's
Yeah, we've not really looked at the items. We actually went for the Solar Crest and then just straight into the Aghanim Scepter, which is nice. It's going to reduce the Charge of Darkness cooldown and just through Magic Community now as well.
Wow, some sick synergy.
he might put himself in danger here. Spirit Breaker, the dive comes through from the Phoenix. Roger's going to try and get himself away. There's a Supernova if they want to try and pop it. Kiritich is going to be taking a lot of damage even through that BKB, so has to pop the Shadow Dance now as well. Backline, so there's going to be the Nether Strike onto the DK. DK to do want to carry on going through. There's going to be a charge through the boat, and Vanscore might be well swapped out, but Ramses can just say, well, I'm going to hit you both anyway. Aincrad up on the high ground. I think he'll be able to get him away from this. Vanscore's against Donut Spirit Form. Should be cleaned off by these illusions. So not going to be in the fight at all. Heaven's going to get really down low now as well with that Sunray coming through. Both supports on the side of Nemiga do go down.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Desperate.
It is so difficult for Nemiga to take these fights now.
Yeah, the chase
Even
just
with
comes
the
through.
BKBs.
All three cores. I mean, Roger's going to be taking a lot of damage. FNG, no Fiend's Grip, but there is going to be a Nightmare. X marks the spot, comes out onto him. Ramsey's going to be able to chase out with the Snake. Chosen One. Charge comes right back through onto Kiritich now as well, so Chosen One is going to be locked down. Do they want to carry on and go for more targets? Chosen One should be killed off. One more right click. Ramses does get it with the illusions. It looks like Aincrad and Kiritich just need to run themselves back to pace, but to Prescott, he's going to carry on chasing. There's going to be another charge through now as well into Kiritich. Do they want to dive onto the tier 3 towers, onto this Courier? They are going to be able to get the kill onto Aincrad because he's looking really low. No, the swap comes out. Orb. Not going to be enough, and Roger will be taken, but Vanscore puts himself in danger.
That was some old school CIS aggression.
Dire's bottom tower
Kill the tier 2. Nah, man, dive the tier 3.
Oh, Depresskid got caught out, went a little bit too far forward, so will pay with his life. But, I mean, overall, it's still a really nice fight. And Roshan, it's going to be 2 minutes on that. But you pushed Nemiga all the way back from around Roshan, all the way back to their tier 3 towers.
Yeah, that final dive from Depressed Kid may have been a little bit too much.
Just a little
But
bit.
hey, usually I always say that in pubs you should play really aggressively, because then you really test the limits of your hero. So then in an official you can play a bit more measured and know exactly how far you can go. In this case, he might not have it completely dialed in.
Yeah, it might need a little bit more calibrating. But, I mean, he's going to be halfway towards his Aghanim's chapter now as well, which is going to be really nice. And I think that's, you know, the idea of having the reduced cooldown means he's going to be so much more effective. He's going to be able to throw these Charge of Darknesses out way quicker in these fights, and he's going to be able to keep everybody stun locked. Speaking about Kiritich, going to be chased down now as well. The Dark Pact, though, that's going to be able to just purge off the stun, but the Nether Strike, do they have the reveal? They do. But he doesn't want to throw it out. There was another Dark Pact there, so Roger doesn't overcommit once again. They just backed themselves away. It didn't really cost them much. Maybe Spirit Vessel charge, Charge of Darkness, but you know, not a whole lot in the grand scheme of things.
And you blink your eyes once, and Ramses is 6k ahead of the second highest. He has a BKB now as well, so doesn't have to be too afraid anymore of all of the lockdown on Nemiga. He is in 6-slot territory.
Yeah, the Titan Sliver is going to be really nice for him. And, well, we have tier 4 neutrals coming up. Is there a tier 4 neutral you'd like to see for the Medusa?
I feel like tier 4 neutrals tend to be a little bit underwhelming for right clickers.
Yeah.
So I don't think there is really something that he would prefer over the Titan Sliver.
Okay.
Like for some heroes, the Leveler or the Penta Edge Sword could be good, but not for Dusa.
Yeah.
And there is also no good Witchbane targets.
True. True. Well, he's actually...
Big smoke wrap around.
Yeah, they might be able to find out FNG. FNG is going to be the main target here now as well. Will go down. Are they going to try and go for the Supernova? They get stolen for the Phoenix. So Phoenix gets cleaned up once again. It's going to be buybacks from both these supports. Well, Dream Coil gets used, so they are going to be able to get the kill onto the two supports on the side of Nemiga. But the right clicks, Ramses is going to get really down low. Does he want to buy back himself? Because it looks like Roger might be cleaned up, and that is going to be the end of the fight? Question mark? Yeah, it looks like everybody's trying to run themselves away. Roger just trying to go for the TPs. That torrent was there in time.
Okay, 18 permanent agility now.
Two buybacks.
Okay, so
in
that is
fight as
one
well.
way to start the fight for Nemiga. Make sure that you kill the enemy Bane, then kill the Phoenix before Egg comes out, and stun the Dusa and drain all of her mana before she can press ulti.
Oh, Kiritic gets blown up, gets absolutely blown up. Pasha claims that kill. What are they going to be able to do? The Supernova does come through. Are they going to be able to take it down? No, because the charge comes through from Roger. So they might have the protection. They will have the protection. Might even be able to get the kill onto the Dragon Knight. DK gets really down low. Pasha gets himself a double kill. And now it's going to be Chosen One's turn to be turned onto here now as well. No buybacks from the side of the cores on the Nemiga. And it looks like they have the damage to take down Pasha, Chosen One. It's just going to be a bit of a kite game here as Pasha tries to move himself out now as well. He doesn't have that Icarus dive, but Chosen One, he's still pretty darn tanky. Depressed Kid will eventually be able to pick up that kill. And they got all that without the buyback coming through from the Medusa. So another nice fight. They could look towards on the Roshan if they wanted to here. But in terms of buybacks, you're looking at Aincrad as well as Kiritic, Depressed Kid as well as Ramses. Everybody else, well, they've already popped theirs, so don't... Yeah, no, they've already popped them.
That was truly the Puck and Phoenix show. They did a combined 10k damage there with Dusa being dead.
Yeah, that E-Blade coming through from Depressed Kid as well, doing some work onto Kiritic.
I would love it if Ramses bought a Butterfly now. Because Slug really doesn't want to build evasion. I mean, evasion piercing.
Yeah. And it looks like they're going to be able to get themselves... Well, this is going to be the Shard as well. Who do you give the Shard over to? Because, I mean, Pasha's already got his. Spirit Breaker's already got his as well. Okay, so you're running out of choices.
For Dusa, yeah. There is a lot of single target spells on Nemiga, so constantly throwing out the snakes and getting back the mana while being at 0 mana is a huge deal for Dusa. Because there is a lot of mana drain on Nemiga just because the Slug has Diffusal. So like we saw last fight, if Dusa gets stunned for like 2 seconds, she loses all of her mana. And a Dusa without mana is utterly useless.
Okay, well... I mean, okay, you say to go for the Butterfly, but would you at any point go for the Axe? Or is that just
Use up the Butterfly. Thank you, Ramses. The Axe is decent, but you don't want to have a slot for it, so
you just wait for
you buy the Blessing or get it from Roche, yeah.
Well, they're trying to chase down Depressed Kid. Depressed Kid is going to be able to TP himself away. While this is going on, CIS Rejects have a double catapult wave to push in, as well as some illusions coming through from the Medusa. Yeah, to push in onto this tier 3 tower. Aincrad does TP himself back.
Remember last game when we had the Enchantress with the Moonshot?
Go on.
Well, Heaven bought an Aghanim, and now has the Mask of Madness queued up.
Depressed Kid, though, might actually find out this Vengeful Spirit. Do they have the damage to take him down? It looks like the Terrorizer might be channeled now as well. And it looks like Puck Nightmare saves him for a little bit, but not long enough. And the Nightmare onto the Dark Willow. Yeah, okay. So, this is Heaven just playing support quotation marks.
Uh-huh.
No, I do like it. It's a lot of damage that can come through from the Dark Willow as well. If you can get the extra damage just to blow up anybody in these fights, you know, just to be able to take down FNG or Pasha down a little bit quicker. Yeah, it's always going to be, I mean, maybe not the Mask of Madness. I do question that a little bit. But if it works,
it's so much attack speed.
True.
It's cheaper than Moonshot as well. And of course, Ench, if she goes for a Mask of Madness, it doesn't synergize that well with Impetus, but Dark Willow can totally go for it.
Oh, Kiritic. Nightmare comes out. Kiritic, is he going to be throwing himself into trouble? They're going to be able to take down FNG. As Ramses, yeah, just going to use the Storm Gaze into the TP, and everybody else gets away. Again, slightly safer than if they'd have tried to hang around there. But it does mean that FNG doesn't have buyback. You know, it's down for the next 3 minutes. He didn't have the goal for it anyway. So this is going to be 30 seconds where Nemiga have an opening. And Roger's just like, well, I'll push out the top lane and, you know, really take the pressure off our lanes. And if anything goes wrong, I can always TP charge in.
And Kiritic now has a refresher. And this is potentially risky because really late in the game, if you have a refresher, that just means that you have one less, like, fighting item. Which could mean that you're not even strong enough to stay in the fights, but he has a good amount of momentum. He's currently stealing 36 agility, he has 20 stolen, so if he can keep finding kills, this refresher is really good. Because you have 2 BKBs, 2 ultis, 2 death shrouds.
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
You might have a dead spirit cow here as well. You do.
Oh, that's 21.
Going towards the silver edge. Backlines. Oh, I thought there was something going on. It's just heaven. Throwing out with the Ags, with the Morbid Mask now completed, just to be able to farm that a little bit quicker. And
It's like she's playing Morphling Dark Willow without the Morphling.
as Medusa has that butterfly up. Going to go towards the Satanic, and yeah, Chosen One. Did he want to try and make a move on here? Throws the Shivas out, speaking the swap through. Vansco with that magic missile now as well. The Supernova onto the back lines, but do they have the damage to take down? The Nightmare to protect the puck now as well, so they might just try and disengage from that Supernova to still go on to, it looks like Chosen One. Do they have the damage here? FNG going to be locked down and killed off, and again, no buyback for him. As the Torrent Storm does get popped, Kiritich, I think he'll be able to do anything. Mantitar comes out from Ramses. Ramses might just have to try and right click onto this as he just gets killed off. Aegis has popped. Where's the rest of his team? They're pretty much dead. Depressed Kid tries to dive in onto this. Ramses has to pop the BKB. Goes for the TP. Going to be a massive Icarus dive in. No, the swap comes out. Stopping that TP. And now the backlines as well. They might even be able to move through onto Pasha. But it looks like Ramses is going to be the main target now. As he is going to be silenced up. What can he do? He is running out of mana as well. The rest of his team, again, just can't get close. Depressed Kid gets a kill on the Chosen One. But that's going to be the death of the Medusa. Does have the buyback at least.
Even with the BKB, she just cannot hit people. And this bloody Dark Willow is dealing so much damage, and I love it.
Yeah, 2.7k in that fight. That's... It is from... You don't really see the damage and Dark Willow being used in the same sentence. But yeah, even going to go back for the Witch's Blade.
And we've had so many meme support builds in this series actually working out. I am very afraid for the quality of my pubs.
Yeah, I say I'm afraid, but this is what we usually get anyway. As the Press Kid steps up, so the Link Sphere does get popped. The Fiend's Grip comes through onto Kiritich now as well. Do they have the lockdown, the swap now? But the Fiend's Grip does still go on the back lines. Vansco could be in a little bit of trouble. There's going to be Icarus dive forward. Do they have the damage to take down Vansco? But Vansco just carries on going in that spirit form. Look at this FNG from that Shadow Realm damage coming through from heaven.
That was a very nice Fiend's Grip. They almost managed to kill Kiritich there. So FNG with his Shadow Amulet and not even an Adderland somehow gets a Fiend's Grip on a Slug. That is impressive. Props to FNG. Even if they didn't get the kill, he deserves some praise for that one.
Yeah, and I mean, if there wasn't a swap, they probably do get the kill into Kiritich. So he's actually using the Witchbane. The amount of times I made speeches in the D2CL over this item, and Kiritich is actually using it.
This is why I said he's an objectively good player, remember?
True. So, with 23 stolen Agi, the Silver Edge coming out now as well, he's just going to be, he's going to be like the Conqueror in the last game. He's just going to be looking to try and one-shot the supports. Pretty
much. He has infinite scaling. And eventually, Deuce is gonna have 0 agility.
Yeah, if the game goes on long enough.
We're closing in on 50 minutes again.
And actually, what's the Dusa going towards? Is that the Satanic? It is. So it looks like Dusa doesn't want the buyback with this creep camp. Should be able to buy out for that Satanic, which should offer a little bit more survivability in the fights.
Yeah, buyback doesn't do that much because she only has 1 ulti and 1 BKB anyway.
Yeah.
Of course, if she dies before using either, that would be mildly unfortunate. We'll see.
Could set up. I think Depressed Kid... It's just a sentry though, so yeah, they don't see Depressed Kid playing as a living ward at the minute, looking to jump on whoever he can find. It's going to be the overwhelming blink for the puck. Does anybody build the Int Blink at all? Oh, we'll find out in a minute as Nightmare comes through. Vansco with the swap, so that's going to be just a help on the retreat for the Dragon Knight. But yeah, does anyone build the Arcane Blink?
Enigma, and we'll wait for a moment.
We'll see, as it looks like the Fiend's Grip comes out onto the Dragon Knight. Do they have the lockdown through this BKB to take the Dragon Knight down? Dragon Knight down to half its health. Charge once again. Going to be coming through thanks to that Aghanim Scepter for the Spirit Breaker, so it goes through Magic Community now as well. Ramses looking for the right clicks onto Chosen One, and that's going to be Inkred down for the next 90 seconds now as well. The Torrent Storm does cut through. Going to be Depressed on the back lines. As Pasha doesn't have that refresher, so he's not going to be able to get himself off the second Supernova. Do they want to carry on going here? Because they've got them on the back foot, so there is going to be the charge onto Vansko. Vansko gets locked down. Brambles comes through to try and protect him, though. Right click, so he is in that spirit form now. Nightmare as well. Do they want to try and take down the spirit form? It looks like they do. The snake's just bouncing through thanks to the magic missile, and they have at least the lockdown for the Vengeful Spirit. Yeah, it will be taken down.
Spirit.
Well, the Spirit Breaker breaks the Vengeful Spirit, so the Vengeful Spirit can't stay alive when there's a Spirit Breaker on the field.
Mm-hmm. Oh, makes sense. Checks out.
Yeah, it's just how that works.
And once again, when CIS presses their buttons in unison, it's very hard for Nemiga to fight, but they need that good positioning. This game is so dependent on vision and whoever gets the initiation.
And Roche is about a minute away as well. Do CIS just look to posture around this Roche pit? You know, are they going to be protecting this? Maybe let Depresskid push out the lanes like he's doing. Roger can back him up, but do the majority of the team want to stay around this Roche pit?
Yeah, for sure. They know they have the big team fight ultis, and they could really use a Roche. Because Duset still doesn't have buyback, so having an Aegis would be pretty nice.
Gonna be the Daedalus for Medusa queued up as well. Is this? I
don't know
mean,
what she's gonna replace.
I was gonna say, yeah, it doesn't have boots. So what is the item that you look to
Maybe
move
gets
this
rid
up
of
for?
the Manta. Doesn't
Yeah.
do that much anymore.
True.
We'll see.
And 15 seconds, well, 10 seconds now towards waiting for the big man to come back out in his pit. The smoke comes through from both teams. Oh, Kiritic stepping up. They have the Nightmare out. The charge is going to be there as well. Is it going to be the Nether Strike? Do they just want to go for the right clicks? Kiritic, yeah, the Phoenix Strike does come through, and it looks like Medusa going to go for the right clicks on this. He might be able to get the kill. Swap comes out, so he's going to be able to save Kiritic if, like, for a little bit. He does get taken down, has to buy back Torrent Storm. And the stuns, they get the Nightmare onto the Vengeful Spirit once again. Kiritic TPs himself back into this fight, but Ramses is just going to be there with the right clicks, and Vansko looks like he's going to be popped back into that Spirit form. Backlines, they take down Chosen One, and Roger wants to carry on going. Buyback comes through from Chosen One. But with no buyback on...
FNG, he is so good with these scene scripts.
Finding his positions now. The Space Cow does go down. Kiritic though, charge immediately from that buyback. Depresskid on the back lines as well. Who's he going to be able to catch up? Because it's going to be a really low heaven there. And he does get it with the Waning Rift. Now it's all about getting himself out. The phase shift. Yeah, just gets himself out with the orb as well as the phase shift. Gem gets picked up there as well. And if they want to, they can move over to the Roche. Is it a refresher? No, it's going to be the Aghanim's Blessing. So this could be the blessing here for the Medusa. An extra
Or for the
strong
Phoenix.
Yeah, or for the Phoenix, yeah. Being able to get the catch, yeah, that's quite nice.
I think it's gonna be going for on top of the Phoenix. Just
Maybe-
having that save and the extra hits, it is huge.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Because it's going to be done uncontested, it looks like. Nemiga can't step up onto this. Yeah, no, they wait. They don't want to buy back on Vansko, so they're just going to be giving this one up. No, it's going to be the blessing onto Ramses. So Ramses gets the stone gaze on any Mystic Snakes, which it makes sense because you already have the shard. And there's, like you say, there is a lot of single target spells coming through, so those snakes are going to bounce around. They're going to be able to get an extra little bit of lockdown onto...
Yeah, even like an X marks the spot is gonna stun yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm still not sure if I like it, because Dusa would be able to buy it for herself soon. Ooh, FNG.
True, FNG's going to be locked down. I think he'll be able to do the damage to take down the Bane. The Bane immediately buys back here. The Stone Gaze comes out. Maybe not the fight that you wanted to be taken at 52 minutes. Roger comes through with another strike onto Aincrad. Aincrad, the swap up on the back of the cliff. He might be able to do the damage onto Vansko, though. Roger's already brought back, so if he goes down, that's going to be a dieback now as well. Icarus dive goes through, but they do take down Roger. Jen is on the deck. Another refresh into the Supernova. The backlines, Kiritic going to go for the right clicks, but Ramses just steps up, so even though the Supernova pops, it just is still there for Ramses, and he wants to carry on going. The Stone Gaze comes out into the Kunkka. The Kunkka, a long amount of lockdown, Chosen One, while the Torrent comes out, but it's not going to be onto the puck, and the right click's coming through from Medusa. One more, it's still going to connect to Presskid, and now Vansko puts himself in trouble. Magic Missile, but again, the snake bounces through, and Vengeful Spirit going to be relieved of the illusion, and that's going to be Chosen One dead for the next 113 seconds. Heaven's going to be gone now as well. They could go with Ramses and this Aegis. Depresskid's still up. They could go towards tier 3s. They are going to go towards tier 3s, And Kiritic, what does he look to do to try and stop this?
Dire's
There's
middle
not much they can do. They only have the buyback left on the DK now. So Kunkka is gonna be gone for 100 seconds, and this could very well be at least 2 sets of Rex, potentially more.
Well, the swap comes out. Vansko, though. Dupresky just immediately gets that phase shift off now as well. There's going to be a courier delivery. It looks like Vansko once again into the spirit form. Is he going to be able to get himself away from this Vansko? The magic missile does fly through Vansko with just a quick swap. But will be taken down. No buyback though. Dead for 117. And Ramses wants to carry on going. There's going to be a Fiend's Grip. And now there's no swap to interrupt this as well. It's going to be the lockdown onto the Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight gets killed off. Kiritic is 1 versus 3. And I think this is going to be it. Kiritic trying to get himself back into the fountain. But yeah, Ramses just says, we're going to take your base. We're going to take your tier 4s. We are going to take this game away from you. Fortification going to be used, but there's not going to be anybody up for at least 40 seconds now as well. Kiritic just has to TP himself away, looking for a backstab, maybe to get himself on top of the Depressed Kid. But the tier 4s, they're going, they're disappearing. And Ramses, yeah, Kiritic just has to go into no man's land and gets even with the BKB. Shadow Dance comes out, he has that Depth Shroud as well if he needs to use it, but Ramses just completely ignores him. Just said, I'm going to right click, why would I even entertain you when I can just go for your base?
That should be it. There is nothing left for Nemiga.
Oh, the BM pause. He's dead for the
think
next
it's-
60 seconds. Or
I
was
think
that
it's
just a...
automatic.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, forgive him for now.
И я безумно хочу пиццу.
It is unfortunate timing.
Yeah. Chosen One just says go. He's got no buyback. He's dead for the next minute, and I don't think this game's going to last that long. As Kiritic gets blown up on the
Yep.
back lines. Ramses
That
onto the base.
was a little bit anticlimactic.
A little. I mean, there was some good fights leading up to it. It was just that there was no buybacks left on Nemiga. So we got the excitement in the earlier part of that game. And yeah, that meant that Ramses could just march up into the base and finish the game.
And it looked so good for Nemiga as well at the start of the game. This slug was out of control. But then they took some unfortunate fights and kind of played into the strengths of CIS rejects. And they just got punished in these big 5v5s. A lot of credit to FNG for his insane Fiend's Grips as well.
Yeah, and well, shout out to Vansko there as well, because he did get some really nice swaps when those Fiend's Grips were coming out to save the Nemiga players in the middle of those Fiend's Grips. So that is something, even though he is on the the losing team, there was some good plays there from Nemiga, and the quality did show through. They just couldn't close out the match. But guys, that is going to be it. That is a 2-0 win from CIS Rejects over on this stream. Nemiga couldn't fight back in the second game, and CIS Rejects will take it. That's it for me and Wingblade today in the Division 2 DPC League for Eastern Europe. Tomorrow it's going to be T-Panda, I think, on both matches, and then me and Wingblade will be back on Sunday. So hopefully you'll tune into both of those. But for now, guys, thank you for tuning in for this, and we'll see you next time we go live on Sunday. Bye-bye for now.